How to import PST files into Exchange server. Try SysTools Exchange Import. Let's discuss key features. Bulk import. Import PST files to multiple mailboxes with integrity and retry options. Flexible upload. Prioritize data, apply date filters, and manage accounts easily. Reporting. Track progress and generate summary or detailed reports. Wide compatibility. Supports all Exchange server versions and works on Windows Server 2012 R2 to Windows 2025 and Windows 10 11th, 64-bit. To download the software, open Google and search for SysTools Exchange Import. Now click on the first link. Then click on the download button. Once downloaded, simply install the software on your system. This is the interface of the SysTools Import Tool. First, you need to activate your account. Click on the Activate button from the left panel. In the Activation Code field, enter your activation code. If you don't have an activation code, you can click on the Buy Now button. You can also use the free version of this software by clicking on the Try Free button. After entering the activation code, click on the Apply button. Once done, the software will be activated. Below, you can view the quota details. You can also renew your license quota by clicking on the Click Here button. To purchase additional licenses, click on the Buy Additional License option. Finally, click on the Close button to start using the software. Now, the SysTools Import software provides the flexibility to import data from various file formats and into multiple platforms. For the source, you can import data from different options such as Outlook or PST, File System, MSG, and Mailbox files. In this tutorial, we'll proceed with Outlook for PST files. You can import this data into different destination platforms such as G Suite, Microsoft 365, Exchange, and Microsoft 365 Archive. For this video, we'll select Exchange as the destination. Users can choose any source and destination platform based on their requirements. In the Workload selection section, email is enabled by default. On the right side, you'll find the Date filter option. To apply it, enable the checkbox and set the start date and end date to import data within a specific date range. If you want to import all data, simply keep the date filter disabled. Once done, click on Next to continue. Now, you need to set the folder path for the PST file. Click on the folder icon and select the location of the PST file you want to import. Then, click on the Select Folder button. On the right side, click on the Validate button. Once validated, all permissions will appear in green. If any of them turn red, you'll need to correct the folder path. After successful validation, click on the Next button to proceed. Now, you need to enter the Exchange credentials. First, select the Exchange server version. Here, we're setting it to Exchange 2019. Next, enter the admin email. Now below, enter the password. After that, provide the Active Directory IP. Also enter the Exchange server IP. You can also enable the Include Subdomain option, which allows the software to fetch subdomains from your Exchange server. On the right side, click on the Validate button. Once all permissions turn green, it means the credentials are correct. If any permissions appear red, recheck and correct the entered details. After successful validation, click on the Next button to continue. Now you need to add the accounts that are included in the PST file. There are two ways to do this. First, you can download the template by clicking on the Download Template button, add all the account details in that file, and then import it using the Import button. The second method is by using the Fetch Users option, which will automatically fetch all the users from the PST file. Click on the Continue button. Here, one user has been successfully fetched. Finally, click on the OK button to proceed. In the Source Email column, you can view all the email accounts. In the first column, you can select which accounts you want to import by enabling their checkboxes. Only the selected account data will be imported. There is also a priority column that allows you to decide which accounts' data should be imported first. To set the priority, click on the star icon. When it becomes bold, it means the priority is set, and that account will be imported first. If you have a long list, you can use the search bar to find specific PST data. On the right, There's an All Users dropdown that lets you filter the view into different categories. The first option, All Users, is selected by default. The second option, Permission Failed, displays only those accounts where validation failed. The third option, Permission Succeeded, shows only the accounts that were successfully validated. You can also enable the Show Selected option on the right to display only the selected PST data. In the destination email field, enter your Exchange email ID. Once done, click on the Validate button at the top right. One user has been successfully validated. Now click on OK button. After validation, the permissions will appear in green. If any appear red, recheck your credentials. There's one more setting to check before proceeding. On the left panel, click on the Settings button. In the General section, you'll find the Concurrent User setting. This option defines how many PST files can be processed per account at the same time. For example, if you set it to 5, the software will import data from 5 PST files simultaneously, and once those are completed, the next set of 5 will begin. Let's keep it at the default value of 10. Now, click on Users to go back. Now that everything is configured, it's time to start the import process. On the top right, click on the Start Import button. The software will first fetch your license information, where you can view your quota details. If the available quota shows 0, you'll need to renew your quota before proceeding. Once confirmed, click on the Start button to continue. Then, click OK to begin. The import process has now started, and it may take some time to complete. The process has now been completed. Once finished, you can view the completed tasks by clicking on the Completed Section button. On the left, there is a Pending button, which shows the list of PST data still in the queue. These remain pending due to the concurrent processing limit. The In Progress section displays the tasks that are currently being processed. Returning to the Completed section, the status column shows a green tick, indicating that the import was successful. In the email column, you can see that 17 emails have been imported, with a total size of 1.2 megabytes. Now, let's check the imported data in the Exchange Admin Center. Open the Exchange Admin Center, and you will see the email data in the Inbox folder. Since our PST file data was originally in the inbox, it has been imported into the imported folder. Keep that in mind. Now, let's go back to the software to explore more features and achieve better results. On the top right, you'll find the Rerun Backup button. Clicking on it provides several options. The first option is Retry Failed Items, which allows you to restart the backup for any items that couldn't be saved earlier due to errors or network issues. The second option is Rerun Full Backup, which restarts the entire backup process from the beginning. The third option is Delta Migration. This is useful if the backup has already been completed, but new data or emails are added to the account afterward. In that case, only the newly added items will be backed up. You can also view the backup report directly from the software. On the right side, click on the Download Report button. First is Import Summary Report. Click on it. Choose the folder path where you want to save the report and click Save. Next, open the folder where the report has been saved. The report is generated in CSV format. Open it, and you'll see a basic summary of the backup. If you need a more detailed report, go back to the software and click on the Download Report button again. This time, select the Detailed Report option. Choose the account and click Download. Once the report is generated, click Download again. Select the Export folder and click Save. Open the exported folder, and you'll find the report in a zip file. Extract the file and open the folder to access the report in CSV format. Here, you'll find the detailed report. Now, let's return to the software to explore some additional features. At the bottom left, you'll find the Help button. Clicking on it provides help details in various categories such as prerequisites, setup, source, destination, users, import, settings, activate, and additional help. At the top, there's also a three-dot menu. Clicking on it opens more options. The first is Help, which is the same as the button we just saw. The second is Contact Support, which allows you to reach out directly to the support team. The third is Create Ticket, which lets you generate a ticket for any queries. The next option is Reload, which simply refreshes the tool. Then there's App Overview, where you can get an overview of the application. Finally, the About Us option provides additional information about the software. And that's it. That's how you can import PST files into Exchange Server using SysTools Exchange Import software. Log on to the product page for more details or to purchase the product. For any queries, email us at support@systoolsgroup.com.